back to Second Short, where the playbook is always open. I'm Eli.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Hayden.
And I don't know where the podcasts are.
On Spotify and YouTube. That was pretty good. And, you had the voice. Like, I felt like you were about to say EA Sports.
Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I just need to have my throat be sore every episode to make my voice deeper, for the pod listeners.
You used
the
to sore throats,
listeners.
or...
You'll be seeing Josie over here on the tucked in spot.
Yeah, thing that happens. I don't know.
And then you get like
You do?
There's like a mark at the top of your mouth where like if you're at the dentist, they can tell.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Learn something new from Hayden every day.
Yep. Because I remember that was going viral around the time of COVID. So like TikTok was really getting big, and that was the thing.
I didn't know that.
Like hygienists would go on to TikTok and be like, "Yeah, we know when you're."
Nah, that's gotta be
No, like because there's like pictures.
That's probably like what parents tell their teenage daughters.
No, like Eli, promise is a promise. Like it's a thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, not a problem that I personally have had.
Sound kind of sounds like you have first-hand experience.
Well, no, my hygienist has never. Because what they also said, they said sometimes it's a way to tell about sexual assault. So
it's like what 3 weeks in a row we've started with a topic like this now.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Can you guys turn the mic a little closer to you?
Yep.
No.
Got it.
It's all right, Naples. We'll say something crazy that we don't want to hear anyway. Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
All right. Super Bowl. It happened.
We're all right.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about. Bad Bunny.
Yep.
I didn't think it was bad, other than I didn't understand a word.
Lady
You didn't listen
Gaga.
to it. You were driving.
Yeah, I
home.
did. Well, I watched the YouTube back yesterday.
Okay.
I mean, it was again. It's like I just wish they had like I want to know what he said.
No.
Because he had like ad libs too. It wasn't just the songs.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a narrative. I don't know. I was joking. I don't care one way or the other.
I mean, I think it was alright. I mean, I just don't really listen to his music, so I mean, I'm not gonna be like the biggest fan if I'm not a fan of their music. So like,
yeah.
It's like head
I don't think
like,
the choreography was particularly great.
Yeah.
I think that like Lady Gaga's part like wasn't that great, even though I like Lady Gaga.
I do agree that.
And I like the song. Yeah. I just think the way that she like retuned.
What song does she sing?
She sing song "Die with a Smile" with like the one she does with Bruno Mars.
Oh, okay.
But she put like a twist on it.
It was
that like made it more sped up and like it's
not
that kind of song
to go with it.
Yeah, it's not that kind of
song. I don't
song.
really like Lady Gaga either though, so that's kind of
but I mean it was fine. I mean
I think Lady Gaga would be a good performer. Anna told me that she already performed, but I don't think she did. No, I think you're thinking of Madonna.
I thought Lady Gaga. Maybe I'm thinking of Katy Perry.
Madonna has, Beyonce has a couple different
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Yeah,
Rihanna.
Hers is alright. She just like stood there.
What's your
guys' she announced that she was pregnant.
Yeah, she was pregnant.
Oh yeah. What's your guys' favorite? Like, I mean, we're like recency bias, like we don't like. I think
like
Prince's
the
like
Prince
the
one
best,
is pretty unanimous.
Right. Well, I mean that one's pretty good. I wouldn't say that's my favorite.
I don't know if I've seen the full YouTube.
Yeah, I don't even know if I've seen it. Black Eyed Peas was when the Steelers lost to the Packers, and that was like the first Super Bowl I'm somewhat conscious of, but I don't even know. Bruno's was good. Like sometimes
it's like either laughably bad or like that was good. Like the Weekends was laughably like the meme of like him going through the hall.
Didn't Maroon 5 do it and it was really bad too?
I don't remember the quality of it.
Justin Timberlake's was okay.
His had some memes like with that kid in the crowd.
Honestly, the Los Angeles one,
that was good.
with Dre, Snoop, Eminem, all those guys, that was probably.
Oh,
but also, I might just remember that one.
That was good.
Kendrick's was pretty good.
See, I wasn't a big fan of Kendrick's.
Yeah, I actually remember. I think you texted the group chat worst halftime show ever.
Bro, it just wasn't good.
I liked the Samuel L.
I guess
Jackson
I think
one.
I'm just looking for something different in a Super Bowl. Like I'm looking
His
for
was
like
different though. It wasn't just like girls twerking in the camera.
No, I mean like performance-wise, like I like a really good show, entertaining, and I think that just maybe just works better for like those pop artists.
You're describing Taylor Swift.
I mean, I think that she would definitely put on a pretty good show. She's a very entertaining.
It was me and Josie
person.
Oh, okay.
I think like Katy Perry like put on some really good shows.
Yeah, because the shark wasn't the last shark doing something weird.
No, dude, it was great.
I don't even remember.
It was like, what is going on? It was memorable.
She can't control the sharks, man. She can't control.
It was memorable. It was just like weird.
Katy Perry's good looking.
Yeah.
Shakira and J-Lo, that was a bad. That was a bad.
That one was just,
I agree. That
twerk
might
central.
actually be
That might
my
be the
least
world.
favorite.
That was like the most uncomfortable I've ever watched. Like that was worse than watching a sex scene with my parents. I think.
Coldplay's was alright.
Coldplay's.
I like Coldplay.
Like, I don't know. I was talking with Naples and my mom earlier, like, because she was like, "Is this the boringest Super Bowl ever?" I'm like, people overreact every year. Like, this is the greatest halftime show ever. This is the worst halftime show ever.
Yeah.
This is the greatest game ever. This is the worst game ever. Let's turn it like,
Yeah.
which is just a culture thing. It's not just a Super Bowl thing, but.
Who would you guys bet that the halftime show is next year?
I have no idea.
Like who? Like Sabrina Carpenter?
They're not putting her.
'Cause they're usually
even
a
though
year too late.
even though I would love Sabrina Carpenter's
Yeah.
halftime show, they're not putting her up there.
Or like what's her name?
She does too many
who
like
sings
sexual
Driver's
gestures.
License?
Olivia
Yeah.
Rodrigo.
Yeah. Like I feel like they're always a year too late.
Here's another one.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan of her music, but I
Chapel
think
Roan.
I could see it.
I could see
maybe,
that.
like,
But
Pitch Perfect
isn't
song.
she like, I don't like the spotlight, so maybe.
I don't
Which
know.
I
Who
mean,
knows?
yeah, everybody says
Could
that.
change.
Here's one, and I'm not a huge fan of her music, but I think it would be a pretty cool show. Billie Eilish,
Yeah, I could see
Yeah.
that.
like,
Could be alright.
because she has a couple of those catchy ones where like,
Yeah, she's
especially the
done.
older generation will be
Yeah.
like, oh, I didn't
I could
know
sing
who
along to
that
Bad
sang
Guy. I
that.
think that's about it.
Yeah, that's what I like. Bad Guy, that would be pretty cool on. So
Yeah.
that would be.
She's funny.
Yeah. Like, I don't dislike her, but I'm not the biggest fan. But I think she would be a good show, similar to what Naples said. Like,
I don't even
certain
know who
artists,
else-
it just kind of
who else
works.
would.
like.
Unless they do like another historic, like what they did with Dre and Snoop, and just do like
I don't like that.
really.
They
Who
were
else are
just,
they gonna
they were
do
just
now?
all
They're
on.
like-
What were they on? Like a
They're not,
boat?
they can't do Drake after Kendrick, right?
No, they could.
They should.
Drake would be fired.
Yeah,
Kanye would be fired.
I saw.
Kanye would be fired.
Well,
Dude, we good.
Kanye, we could have gotten during the Rihanna.
If we
Think
had-
about all the bangers they have
If we
together.
had Kanye, then the liberals would do a turning point.
Jay-Z.
Alternate halftime.
Jay
show.
Z and Kanye out
Yeah,
there.
that would be.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, there's so many good ones. What about?
Kanye'd be like, you don't even know what he could do like an hour
Dude,
and still miss songs.
Kanye would be really.
he has a
good.
lot of great songs
He
for that.
does.
Dude,
Wow.
like
I don't know. It'll be interesting. Like,
Taylor Swift, they can always get, and she'd always kill. But I feel like
I don't know,
this
but
year
I don't know
was
if
the
she
year.
would say yes because they
Yeah.
don't
I think
get
this
paid
year was the
anything
year.
directly. So I don't know.
And it's not like she needs the press.
If Taylor would be cool just because of how many artists she knows. Like you would get probably a Sabrina sighting. You'd get a Ed Sheeran
John
sighting.
Mayer.
Probably not. But if you want to do the X's, like maybe a Harry Styles,
Mm.
like I don't know. That's another one. Which
Who died?
what do you mean?
I thought Harry Styles died.
no.
Oh no, that was Liam something. I think. I'm not. Yeah. I like One Direction. Would One Direction be good?
Yeah.
You don't
Didn't
think?
he die? Didn't the
One of
One
the
of
members-
them. There's
one of
like
the members
there's like
died.
6 or 7
Ooh.
of them.
Bro, let's get the Jonas Brothers out there.
What do they even?
Bro.
No.
Put the Jonas
Camp,
Brothers
just
out
do
there?
Camp Rock, like
Bro, they're not
the
just
whole
over
time.
Camp Rock.
I don't know.
They've got some good
They have
songs.
a couple newer ones.
Yeah,
I
they've
guess.
got some good
Yeah.
songs. Nick
They're
Jonas
big
just
again.
Nick Jonas just released a new album.
bring Beebs back out.
Oh, I
Nah,
love
we're good on
Bieber.
that.
I would see if we're going like boy band type artists. I would 100% prefer Bieber or One Direction over the Jonas Brothers.
Nah.
Yeah, Jonas Brothers is wild. They're not Super Bowl.
Like
level.
yeah,
I kind of like
no,
one. I kind of like 1D. I do like Justin Bieber.
There's
I
some
don't
good
know if I
songs.
would. What
Lumineers. Go back.
that'd
to,
be
like,
a
the
good
Coldplay
one.
Style.
All right, buddy.
But there's no way ever.
They
They
did Coldplay.
they don't
Coldplay's
have
like the
that
same
many.
thing.
They don't have that many known songs.
Can you imagine Ho Hey? at
It's
the
like they have good
Super Bowl?
music,
It'd be
but
awesome.
like same thing with like Noah
So
Khan and
pretty
Zach
fun.
Bryan. Just not really that kind of show.
Benson Boone.
Just have him
Rising
do
Star.
backflips in the corner
Yep,
of whoever's
Rising
doing
Star.
it next year.
Dude, Darren Waller, halftime show.
And then Kelsey Plum.
Yeah, it
Just
could
duke
be.
it out on the main stage.
I could play.
I
Well,
saw,
anyway.
did I send you guys the tweet where it was like Bad Bunny should have called Drake a pedophile and just make it a yearly
Yeah.
thing on the Super Bowl?
Until Drake gets it. And then we see what he does. Reverse
Oh.
course.
All right, final answer. Who would your pick for Super Bowl halftime show next year be?
I get to choose.
Yeah.
Mac Miller reincarnated.
Okay, whatever. The spins would go crazy. I'll give you that.
Crazy. I mean, I'd either pick Sabrina or Kanye, but neither are going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Kanye, I would agree. I'm gonna do Taylor. I don't know. I like all the when other artists show up, little
like
quick appearance. But also I do I feel like it used to be a little bit more like this artist
Everybody
or
would,
this
go
band.
nuts.
Yeah. And it meant more, I think.
Yeah.
Like Beyonce and Bruno Mars, they've had 3 separate performances that just have come at different times, different headliners. But all right. Eli, congrats. We're going to actually get to the football. So hopefully you enjoyed that 11 minutes of talking about fellatio and halftime shows. You were right. Kenneth Walker won Super Bowl MVP, which it's not like that was that crazy of a prediction, but you were the one to do it.
He's probably third highest, third best.
Probably behind the quarterbacks. Yeah, so highest with quarterbacks.
Maybe fourth of JSN is probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Eli wasn't the only winner. Naples got some wins. Naples, what was one of your big bets that hit?
I mean, I didn't have any large ones, but AJ Barner touchdown and first touchdown were on the big board. Got a little bit of that FanDuel jackpot for the first touchdown score of AJ Barn.
How much was that? I put it in the chat, but
it's 111 for the bonus bet. But then as soon as AJ Barner scored that first touchdown, I took the winnings and put it on Kenneth Walker, Super Bowl MVP, and basically doubled it.
How were the odds at that point for him?
I got him at minus 260.
Well, that's better than I thought it would have been. I also had a bet hit. I was pretty heavy on the Seahawks defense, special teams, anytime touchdown. I kind of forgot about it, which made it even sweeter when I logged in on Monday morning, and I was like, oh. Sent a text to my mom. I was like, hey, just win some money. So that was good. And I am happy to say I am going to stay clean for a while. I know Naples is bigger on basketball and everything. I know you do some hockey every once in a while. Yeah. But I think I'm going to be able to stay relatively clean. I am glad that PA is not a state like Ohio where you can...
Prize picks and stuff?
Prize picks, draft, and everything. I like not being able to bet.
You can do
draft. You can do a little bit, probably not as much as Ohio.
Not a ton.
You can do FanDuel draft.
Yeah, but it's probably not as much. It's probably
because last year I went to Shane Gillis with David, and I was at the Cavs arena, and I remember logging on, and there were a ton of options, and I ended up doing a couple. I'm glad I didn't go further because the 2 I did were wrong because everything changes in a week. But yeah. And also, Matthew Stafford MVP hit, so that was good.
Yeah, I was talking to you about it. I had a big parlay on NFL awards. I'm gonna do that every year. I did it 2 weeks before it came out. Myles Garrett was minus 20,000, so I threw him on there with CMC was minus 700, JSN was minus 1,100.
Which, are you sure it was only 2 weeks ago? Because
I thought longer ago.
I'm pretty sure they lock up everything.
Then
pretty
maybe
quickly.
They don't lock it.
Maybe it was it was definitely after the regular season, but maybe it was probably longer than 2 weeks ago.
Because I did do something similar last year because Lamar still had plus odds after getting first team All-Pro, and that obviously bit me in the butt the first time since the 80s that the
I didn't touch
All-Pro
MVP because I was I could see May winning it. The other ones, it's nobody's gonna why wouldn't I throw?
And it was the closest race, I think they said.
$50.
The closest race since 2002, where
wow.
McNair and Manning split it actually, which I don't know. I don't like the idea of splitting MVP. I do kind of like the idea of splitting Offensive Player of the Year just because nobody really knows what it means. And Puka Nacua and JSN.
No? We're not handing out participation or, you still
Myles Garrett
good.
Would have 5 Defensive Player of the Years.
All we need is one player. It's the offensive player, not the players. It's the MVP, not the MVP.
Is it quarterback?
What?
Can a quarterback win Offensive Player of the Year?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think
so. Shouldn't Matthew Stafford have won Offensive Player of the Year?
No, I think he's the MVP. I think.
So MVP should have won Offensive Player of the Year, unless they have like the best season ever.
I don't
or
think
never.
I don't think they should double dip there. I think that offensive player is like.
Non MVP.
I think that like, if you're someone who does like, if you're a quarterback specifically who like does a lot with their legs as well, I think that gives you more of a chance at that award.
Okay, so should Drake May have won Offensive Player of the Year?
He was in there. He
I
was
know,
he
but
was a
should he?
finalist.
That's my problem.
I don't
with
think
it.
he.
Like,
I don't think he was a better offensive player than JSN was.
why?
Like, because I just don't think that he was doing anything
So
crazy.
you're
Like,
saying,
JSN
like-
was putting up like historic, like not historic, but he was putting up generational games. Like Drake May, like
Drake
I don't
May,
even think he
didn't
threw for 300 yards once.
Correct, but didn't he
So,
break
like,
the
that's-
record for like passer rating and completion percentage? Which once again, like
See, but I think those are more tied to like
Your
valuable stats rather than like, oh, you
You're a
went out there.
freak.
Yeah, like dude, like if he was putting up 400-yard games, 4 touchdown, like multiple,
Like
it'd be like,
offense, so you're
oh,
saying Offensive Player of the Year should be like a freak.
it's more stat produced than like value. Like MVP, they take into account like
Take away from
your
team
wins,
work.
where's your team at.
which
like,
I don't disagree. I'm just playing devil's advocate because
Yeah.
I don't. There's not clarity. Like Matt Ryan
Yeah.
won Offensive Player of the Year and MVP in 2016.
Yeah, it's
where
just weird. I think it depends too. Like if the MVP is going to be a quarterback, like it's all subjective to like how were the other skill players in that year.
Mhm.
Like, was there anyone that like separated themselves? And if not, like, you're probably just gonna give it to the quarterback, which is stupid. But
because I think for both MVP and Offensive Player of the Year, there were 5 different candidates on the offense that you could have made an argument for.
yeah,
I think you can make an argument for both JSN and Puka.
Bijan.
I was
I
going to
think
say Christian McCaffrey.
CMC.
McCaffrey didn't have the most efficient season, but they just ran him into the ground and he stayed healthy. There's nobody else.
Yeah, he had a lot of receiving yards too.
Yeah, almost 1,000 for would have been the second time. He had well over 300 carries and over 100 catches too, I believe. So
Yeah.
just wasn't the most efficient season. Like I think he averaged like 3.9 per carry, but he was the only offense the Niners had. So
Not to do a total 180, but I either read or heard somewhere that it might have been like Big Cat, was saying the Seahawks went into the game like knowing just don't mess it up. And it looks like they played that way, like, hey, we're just not turning the ball over, we're better than them. I don't think any coach goes into a game saying that though. But do you think they took a less aggressive approach in their game plan, knowing like, dude, we're just gonna dominate?
Yeah, no, and I think coaches do say that. I think like,
In a
hey,
Super Bowl?
yeah, if we take care of it, I think it's any given. Like, depends on who you're playing.
There's a difference in
I
saying,
don't think
hey,
you
if we take care of the
explicitly
ball,
say
we
it.
win.
No,
Obviously, if you take care of the ball, you win. But I'm saying, like, we're going to game plan so that we don't even take risks at turning the ball over.
I don't think that was necessarily the game plan. I think it was an in-game adjustment with anything. Because, I mean, Collinsworth said it himself. He's like, oh, if Seattle kicks a 4th field goal here and goes up
Like
12-0,
12-0,
the
it's
game's over. It's like in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Like 2 possessions, the game's not over. But Collinsworth also wasn't really wrong. Like,
I agree.
it
with
was
the
out of
game
reach.
adjustment.
So-
I don't think they went into the game thinking like, dude, if we get up, like, we're gonna stop them they're not getting first downs. But then when halfway through the second quarter, they're like, wow, New England really can't get a first down against us. Then it's like,
especially,
we're gonna run
we
down
talked
this
about
clock.
it, I think it was before we were recording. It wasn't like Darnold was having an otherworldly game. We had a running back who was unstoppable. Let's continue to feed
Yeah.
K9.
Yeah.
Our defense is going to make plays.
Yep.
We have one of, if not the best punter in the game. Like, so I think that going into it, you don't necessarily say that, but as a defensive-minded head coach,
yeah.
you're like, all right, everybody thinks we're the better team. We're now driving, even if we're not finishing the drives off. They can't get a freaking first down. They had what, 1 first down in the first half? So like,
That was bad.
I think eventually you're like, all right, we're just gonna continue to pin them back. We'll take our 3 every once in a while, and then I think you let the foot off the gas a little bit, and that's when we saw Drake May have a
Yeah,
lot
it's
more.
when they
Yeah,
started
that's
getting the
what
ball.
I
They
said.
started playing, all
Like
right,
pre-
take the
Then-
check down, waste the time.
Yeah.
And, like, they played just such a smart game. Like, they said, all right, we'll take our points. No need to give you any momentum. All right, we'll just keep running the ball. You can't stop it. We're not going to give you any
We're gonna
momentum.
blitz the crap out of May.
Yeah,
because we
and-
keep getting sacks.
Yeah, and like they stayed on the field. It's rare that the Seahawks had some 3 and outs, but they for the most part put drives together. So like
Their
their
field
their
goals were,
de- their
like, chip
defense, yeah,
shots.
their defense was fresh, so they were able to attack, and like they literally just the complementary football they played was just it was pristine. Like they deserved to win. They were the better team. Like it just is what it is. I mean, Patriots just didn't have the type of team this year.
Is 41 yarder a chip shot now? Kind
I don't think any of them are chip shots, but like that's
Kind of think like 45 in as a chip shot now, which is crazy.
yeah. I mean,
I think
people
it's been
guaranteed,
people
but a chip
expect you
shot.
anything that starts with a 4, you expect them to make it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like coming from not
Yeah.
like bad. I'm just saying it's
Yeah.
crazy from like 5 years ago.
New K balls. You
Yeah, it's
have
nuts.
more talented kicker.
Yeah.
Like, something I thought of. So Cooper Kupp won his second Super Bowl. Do you guys remember? And it comes up every once in a while. And I think that this whole conversation's a moot point because I don't think either one of them are there when you look at the other players at their position. When Julian Edelman retired, everybody was talking about his Hall of Fame case. One of the best postseason receivers of all time. Really only second to Jerry Rice statistically, I believe. Cooper Kupp doesn't have quite the longevity of production. He's been productive for a long time, but he hasn't been at a high level for necessarily as long as Julian Edelman was. But Cooper Kupp has one of, if not the best individual season by a wide receiver. Does Cooper Kupp have a better Hall of Fame case than Julian Edelman? And I think it's a moot point because I don't think either one of them are Hall of Famers when guys like Torrey Holt, Reggie Wayne, Anquan Bolden, Hines Ward aren't in it. But I was kind of thinking, and obviously Cooper's not dumb, but he took noticeable steps back the last couple of years, both in role and production. I was kind of thinking, I think both are in that Hall of Very Good, but
I think no. I think Julian still has a better case, but my reasoning is unfair to Cooper. I think part of it is you associate Julian Edelman with. I know he wasn't there like for all of the Super Bowls, but you just associate him with that run of Patriots Super Bowls and the dynasty. You don't really do that with Cooper, so I do think that gives a leg up to Julian just to say like, yes, he was a part of one of the greatest, if not the greatest NFL dynasties of all time.
can I play devil's advocate?
Yeah.
So Jules has 3 rings. He was there for 5, I believe. But in one of those 3 rings, he missed the whole entire season. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I don't just.
So-
I think it's unfair to Cooper, but that's just like, and I think it honestly is partly because he's one of the other white receivers they had. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, you had Julian, you had Wes, you had Amendola. So I think it's unfair, but honestly, in my own bias, I would say no, just because Edelman's name still holds more to me. But at their peaks, Cooper was definitely better. I mean, Cooper Kupp was like the number 1 receiver in the league for at least a year,
I
and arguably
disagree.
2. That he was the best.
I don't think he
or-
was ever the best receiver. He had the best season,
Yeah.
but he was never considered the best. I don't think so.
I think there's an
we
argument
talked about
for
it. I
it.
think he
Yeah,
was a
for sure.
system receiver.
Because
but
you're right.
I
But
don't know if he's a
also,
system
that
receiver.
season was ridiculous.
It
I
was
kinda
ridiculous.
do. Puka's doing like the same thing.
I mean, I think they can just both be good.
there was an argument,
Yeah.
but also, like, even if it is partially the system, you can't take it away that is the best individual season for a wide receiver. So, go ahead, Naples.
Yeah, I mean, I think Julian Edelman probably is a Hall of Famer, but I don't think Cooper Kupp is. And because like it's not like his production in like the playoffs was like a one like type of Cinderella fluke. Like he did it every time in the playoffs. Like he was like so money, so clutch, put up the numbers. He has a Super Bowl MVP. Like the things that he did were really special. It wasn't like just one time. And he was also like a pretty decent return man. And if you go ahead and like look at Gale Sayers, who's in the Hall of Fame,
Oh my
that
gosh.
dude stinks.
It was 80 years ago.
Yeah, that
it's
dude
not
stinks.
comparable.
So if you look at his numbers, like all he was a return man pretty much, and he's in the Hall of Fame. So I think Edelman deserves some Hall of Fame cred.
And
I don't think he's I don't think he's a first ballot by any means. But I think Julian Edelman
It's
will
okay,
get in there
nobody's
one
a
day.
first ballot
Oh,
anymore.
but what? And Cooper's not at all.
No.
What does he need to do? Have another couple 1,000 yard seasons?
How many career yards is he at?
More than Jules by quite a lot. So, Cooper,
Like including postseason.
I'll pull up postseason in a second. Regular season,
Probably.
Kupp is at 681 catches to Edelman's 620. Edelman has 6,800 receiving yards. Kupp has 8,300. 59 touchdowns for Cup, 36 for Edelman.
Yeah.
You mentioned the return. You have another 2,600 yards and 4 touchdowns there. I'll look at playoffs.
How old is Cooper?
31.
31, 32, I believe.
So I think if Cooper
He turns 33 in June.
is a decent receiver for another few years, then I think yes. Like not even 1,000.
Which once again, I don't think
somewhere
either
in
of them
those.
are when you look
Really?
at the logjam at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like Hines Ward, who hasn't played in 18 years, his numbers shatter this. Plus, he has a Super Bowl
That
MVP.
sucks.
Anquan Bolden's numbers. Torrey Holt has like 15,000
Yeah,
receiving
we talk
yards.
about him a lot on this.
Reggie Wayne should get in before both of these guys,
Yeah.
I think. So it's not necessarily that I don't think they are, but when you look at the logjam, and that's just of guys that I know from the 2000s and 2010s, Brandon Marshall, like
What percentage of
AJ Green, like AJ Green's probably not going to get it. AJ Green had a way longer and better peak than these two.
If you take the past 10, 15 years, are there 3 times the amount of receivers that have made the Hall of Fame than quarterbacks? Probably not, right?
No.
I would argue they should be, right? Like we can't just be doing this thing where like
It's only
it should be-
quarterbacks get in.
right. It's
I
almost
don't
like
think they do.
no, but like if there's 3 times the amount of receivers that have played in the NFL than quarterbacks, shouldn't 3 times the amount be in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Like there is
not
no
necessarily.
criteria at all.
I don't know.
Like I think that it should be reflective of what's on the field.
Well, I think that also makes it harder for receivers because
Right,
if
that's what
there's-
I'm saying. I don't
There's
think
3
that's fair.
times as many, but when you have these guys that are great, it's harder for a lot of the really good guys to stand out, which is why they don't become Hall of Famers.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that if there's 3 times the amount of receivers that are playing than quarterbacks, then there should probably be that representation in the Hall of Fame.
All right, so we'll
Jason
pull
got it.
postseason stats. They're both pretty high. Jules is the leader there. He has 1,442 receiving yards in the postseason. That is third all time, only behind Jerry Rice and Kelsey. Cooper Kupp is 26 at 899, obviously still going. But to go off of our previous point of receivers who aren't in the Hall of Fame, Anquan Bolden, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, Hines Ward, Reggie Wayne, all those guys are not.
Devontae will be in, right?
Devontae will
Diggs,
probably.
I don't know.
I don't think
Diggs
Diggs
is
will.
not a Hall of Famer.
But Diggs has a way better resume than Edelman, I think.
I don't think so.
As an
Again, it's just
individual,
kinda like- It's just the idea of
and
Edelman
Diggs is
and
still
Brady.
producing at a pretty high level. Like he had 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns this year.
He had an okay year, but like
I'm not
he
saying
did
he's top
nothing
10
in the
anymore.
playoffs.
But-
And like I think that matters because you got to talk about legacy. So like
Oh,
part
yeah.
of the Hall of Fame is about legacy, and it's not just all stat based, which is why like some of those individual accolades and like seasons come into more effect. So like Cooper Kupp, I think has a better case than Diggs because of the Triple Crown season, the Super Bowl MVP. Like, and like sometimes it sucks that like you could be pretty good, but you just never get over the hump or never get that ring or never do whatever, and like that's what separates you out. But like that's just tough luck.
One season can't get a guy in the Hall of Fame.
No.
Sorry, that was quick. Yeah, but it's 6:30.
No, you're good. Because Michael Thomas should be in the Hall of Fame then.
Yeah, no. I'm saying no. It shouldn't get you in, but I think like
Slam
if
away.
you're having comparable type like sustained consistency, that one really good like this dude went off could be the reason why you go in versus not.
Yeah, I think
Like-
historic seasons matter.
Yeah, like they definitely matter.
Okay, Cooper Kupp, 1 Pro Bowl, 1 first team All Pro. Diggs, 4 Pro Bowls, 1 first team, 1 second team. Over 300 catches more, over almost 5,000 yards more, and another 8 touchdowns more.
Yeah.
That is how can you say that?
Yeah,
he's
but
a
you're
better
just
case?
reading off just those stats. I think like Edelman was like more important to a lot of his teams than those guys.
I was Diggs and Cup. It's even worse.
Oh.
If we're doing Diggs and Edelman has like
Yeah, I know
a third
his. Yeah,
the
some
yard.
of his stats aren't like as high, but I think like he made a lot more impactful plays for the Patriots in a lot of their runs than those guys did. Like obviously Cooper Kupp did the 1 year, but like Edelman did it for multiple years, multiple big plays
Yeah.
attached to Edelman. I don't know. I just feel like you remember him a lot more in like those bowls and like all the other stuff he does. Big time touchdowns, big time player performer, good return specialist. He did it at every level.
Like I
The
said,
little quarterback play, you know, you got to take that into account.
like
A couple touchdowns.
I think they're both moot points because there's so many receivers.
Yeah, I mean,
that
I'm not
deserve to get
taking
in.
Edelman over like any of those other guys,
Yeah, and
but I think Edelman should eventually get in.
and I wouldn't have a problem with Edelman getting in, but a lot of guys need to get in.
Yeah, I mean
before he
Reggie,
even
Torrey,
sniffs, like-
Anquan. I mean, I don't think AJ Green's a Hall of Famer, and it sucks because he would be if he like had a ring.
But I think you're
Like if they went on one playoff run and won a Super Bowl, like he'd probably get in.
like to me the Hall of Fame is about individuals. Football is the greatest team sport, but the Hall of Fame is about the individuals of the team sport. And
Well, I just disagree because if you look at a lot of those like Steelers teams that were dominant, there's guys that are in the Hall that didn't have Hall of Fame.
Name
careers.
one.
I'd have to go through the list.
we can't.
We can go through
Trust
the list.
me.
But there's a lot of guys on there that were like, oh, they were on the team, so like they have multiple rings, but they didn't actually like look at their full career. They weren't like, you know, reinventing the wheel.
Are you talking about the 70s?
Yeah, the steel curtain defense.
So you could make an argument for both of the receivers that are in Canton, but also those receivers at the time were Pro Bowl, All-Pro type players. Bradshaw, you could make the argument, but I don't even think you would go Bradshaw.
No, I think
'Cause
Bradshaw is fine.
4
being-
Super Bowls before anybody else
Yeah.
had 3. And then the defense, you're not going to be able to find somebody on the defense. Jack Lambert, are you saying that he's not a Hall of Famer?
I think Lambert's probably in there.
Well, yeah, he's.
I think no, I mean like should be. I think like him,
Jack
Mean Joe Green,
Yeah.
Mel Blunt are like
Jack Ham.
yeah, Ham's probably in there, but like let me see. Like I don't think Lynn Swan.
Okay, he was
Like-
the 2 receivers.
Like I don't think he's in there. I don't think is Franco Harrison?
Mm-hmm.
He shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Why? You were
Just
just
like-
talking about moments. He has
Like,
one of the best.
He has a fake moment.
Okay.
He has a fake moment. The Immaculate didn't catch it. But I mean, like, look at his career. Like, it wasn't like Buddy was
All right, so
ever the best running back or fullback.
in the 70s,
Like-
him, OJ, who else? So yeah, he was top 2
He was not a top 2 back.
in the 70s. Who was better?
Bro, like, let's look at his numbers. Like,
No, you're tripping.
he had
Lynn Swan was all
he had
decade.
1,000 yards, 10 tubs, 690, just over 1,000, 1,200. He had a nice like 5-year stretch where he was like in that 1,100 mark, which is good.
All
but
right,
I
who
don't
was
think that's
better?
Hall of
Who was
Fame.
better than him in the 70s?
I don't know every running back who was playing in the
Yeah,
70s.
but exactly. You're
But-
talking now, and you're digging a hole.
I'm not digging a hole. We're just
You are.
I have to pull up the teams. When exactly were they playing in the
Lynn
70s?
Swan and John Stallworth have some of the greatest catches in Super Bowl history. Swan has a Super Bowl MVP.
See, but that's what I'm saying. You're naming all these moments in the Super Bowl, but they
Yeah.
not. But you were saying it should be individually career based.
Correct,
But
because
those
they're-
guys are in because of the
because
Super
there
Bowl.
weren't better receivers than them in the 70s. There were a couple guys from the Raiders that both are in, and Cliff Branch and Fred Biletnikoff. There's Drew Pearson, who had to wait, but he got in for Dallas. Like, you just said that you don't know the 70s, but you're like,
yeah,
oh,
I don't
they're
know
better.
every player in the 70s.
Okay,
I'd have
can you
to
name
look-
one?
I'd have to look through the log because
Can you name
the
one?
70s and the 80s and the 60s they all blend together for me.
Can you name one?
Not off the top of my head.
Well, then
of,
why
like,
are
specifically?
then why
But
are
I'm
you saying that they weren't the best?
But they all right. No, those guys just weren't the best at every position. Like you can't seriously
The
be telling
70s?
me that.
I didn't, but they're one of for
No,
sure.
like you're telling me these are top. Like Lynn Swan was never a top. He's a top 2 guy in the league at his time.
He was top 10 for majority, if not all of his career. At times, top 5 for sure.
Like, but then you look at the stats and you're saying, oh, they had the best Super Bowl moments. But that,
Okay,
that's my
no,
point.
the stats too, though. Like, let's look at stats in the 70s. Lynn Swan and John Stallworth are going to be ranking towards the top. Because they're all decade. There's a reason why they're all decade. All-time leading receivers in the 70s. All right, so Steve Largent played in the late 70s.
Yeah. Oh, Steve Largent. Like you mentioned, Fred Biletnikoff.
And I'm taking Steve Largent over those guys.
Fred Biletnikoff.
Also in the Hall of Fame.
I don't even know who this is, but he apparently led the 70s in receiving yards. Harold Jackson.
I don't know who that is either.
But he played like 16 years or something. He has the most receiving yards at 7,700 through the 70s.
Okay.
Some dude named
So John Stallworth, I just saw him.
Ken Burrow.
John Stallworth is top 10 in receiving yards in the 70s.
What are you looking at?
Pro Football Reference.
I'm looking at StatMuse, and between 1970 and 79, those guys aren't even up there, not even close.
Pro Football Reference, they are.
Are you looking at like their whole career, like past into the 80s, or like beforehand?
So Swan played until 82.
Because I'm looking at just the 70s, from 70 to 79. Lynn Swan is number 21 in receiving yards in the 70s, and John Stallworth's 3,500. He's number 25.
Stallworth I would give you before I would give up Swan. Stallworth was not all decade, but yards wise he was higher.
Because like Steve Largent's better. We talked about that. I think Paul Warfield was better. But there's a lot of these guys that I just don't know. But like they still all had more yards than these guys. But the reason that those guys are in, I'm telling you, is because of how successful the team was. Like these guys don't have like those Hall of Fame type career numbers.
Stallworth, I would give you Swan's Hall of Fame.
Like, and then like just on the list,
He's all decade. There's a reason why he was all decade.
Because he's on the team that was so good. I'm telling you, winning is everything when it comes to those things, and that's what they're gonna look at.
Then why didn't Belichick get it?
Because he pissed some people off. That is definitely more of a personal thing against Belichick and the cheating scandals associated with him than anything. There's a reason why they're investigating the voting process that he didn't get in. Like, I think you're pulling like a niche recent thing that happened that like really isn't
the Belichick, yeah, but
like I'm saying, like I'm looking at this right now.
Stallworth, I would give you Franco Harris and Lynn Swan being Hall of Famers. Like that's not questionable.
Franco Harris is not that good. Like he's good, Hall of very good as you'd like to say, but like I'm looking at right here, like Swan is number 21 and Stallworth's 25 in the 70s in receiving yards. That's not Hall of Fame.
So Stallworth played from 74 to 87. So he played.
Yeah, so from 74 to 79 would be the 70s. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So you said in the 70s they were the best or one of two or
the
whatever,
best duo. Swan, yeah, he was
the
all
best
decade.
duo maybe,
but Swan was all decade.
Let's look at Lynn Swan's stats.
'70s, all decade.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
all decade.
It was a lot of the stuff.
He was the best in the '70s. He was all decade.
He was not the best in the '70s.
That's what all decade means.
But I'm saying he got put on that list of all decade because of the team's success.
Then it would have been all Steelers.
No, but that's what people look at when they talk about.
So was it all Steelers or was it not? Then
No, I'm saying that's why most of them got in the Hall of Fame, is because that team won so much.
No, because they had all the accolades, and they won so much because they were all that good. There's a reason why Bill Nunn,
what accolades was Lynn Swan putting up?
4-time Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP.
So Super Bowl,
all decade.
All because of the Super Bowls. You didn't tell me other stats or accomplishments he had other than what he did in the Super Bowl.
All decade team looks at individual, not team.
I don't think it does.
Okay.
Maybe that's just me not like looking at that.
I think you just you view the NFL 60 years ago as the same as it is
Lynn
in
Swan
2026.
never had a 1,000-yard season.
In the 70s, that was not uncommon.
Dude,
What do you mean, dude?
like if you just look at his numbers, like for his career, 5,462 yards.
Yeah, in the 70s.
Like that's it.
In the 70s, on a run-heavy team in Pittsburgh, yeah, that was normal.
But if he's on a run-heavy team and he's not like that's not a Hall
He's
of Famer.
averaging. He averaged 16 yards per catch.
So he's a deep guy. Like that's why he's not putting up 1,000-yard seasons.
You just don't respect the
Paul
elder.
Warfield put up a 1,000-yard year in the 70s.
I feel like Paul Warfield's in the Hall of Fame too.
Yeah, as he should be if he's putting up 1,000 yards in the 70s. So did Cliff Branch put up 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
in
Cliff
the
Branch
70s.
was with the Raiders and Blitnikoff.
Yeah. Who both put up those types of numbers. Now, this top guy in the 70s, let's look at Harold Jackson. He was with LA, Philly, LA, and New England. He's got multiple 1,000-yard seasons and over 10,000 for his career. So, like,
Is
there's.
he in the Hall?
Let's see. He is not in the Hall of Fame.
And I would say he should
And
be.
he led all the 70s. So that's an example.
I
that
would
right
say
there
he
is
should
the
be.
example that, like, the team's success propelled Lynn Swan over a guy like Harold Jackson. Is the point I'm making. Is that, like, it's not just the individual. That team's success
Correct.
can be what
It's
puts you
not, but also Julian Edelman's stats are like stats still have to matter for something.
Yeah, I think they do. They
So
should.
then Edelman shouldn't be in.
But I think with the playoff stuff, it propels him in. Whether you think that's how it should be or shouldn't be.
I think that you should take into account everything. I just don't think that's enough when there are guys with twice the catches, twice the yards, and twice the touchdowns as Edelman. Plus with their own touchdowns. Like,
I mean, guy like Harold Jackson led the 70s in receiving, 10,000
and
yards.
Jackson should
career
probably be in.
receiving.
I'm not gonna.
I mean,
we
but
didn't
like-
watch Jackson, so I
No,
don't.
I didn't
for
even know
all-
he existed till
For
today.
all we know, they were in a air raid system.
I mean,
the
he played for
70s,
like 4 different teams.
All right, Super Bowl prediction for next year.
Who's getting there, man? Why didn't?
I'll tell you mine.
Oh, yeah,
Because the
start with
odds are
yours.
out. I'm doing the Chiefs. Chiefs
doing
are
the Chiefs?
15-1. I can't go off of them. Especially you bring back Eric Bieniemy.
I do like.
It looks
that.
like Kelsey's coming back for another year.
like that.
I'm going Chiefs. Like,
I think they have a real problem at receiver. Rashee Rice ain't coming back to the team,
you don't think?
dude. I think he's like arrested,
Again? What do you do now?
dude.
For
He's,
something new, or
yeah, dude. There's something else that happened. He's like, done.
do you see the James Pierce stuff?
Yeah, I did see James Pierce go.
That's
He's
crazy. Chiefs Rashee Rice confronted by TMZ about ex's abuse. Okay, he might be.
Yeah, he's not coming back to the team. Rashee Rice is gone. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's definitely not playing in the. He's definitely suspended.
He's got to be one of the worst players.
Yeah, dude. The Chiefs have been
He's
bringing in a lot of
terrible.
convicts
They
recently.
need to just say that he's on the Epstein list or
Yeah,
something.
he's definitely suspended for at least because what was he suspended for last year?
I think it wasn't at 10 games.
No, it wasn't that long. He got
It was at least
I think
8,
it was
wasn't it?
6. It was 6 or 8. But
Let's see.
dude, he's gone for probably minimum 12 games, if not the full year next year. And like they have serious problem at running back. It's like they gotta fill out some weapons. Like they gotta bring in because they're not gonna be able to do it with all rookies. Like they can't just draft.
I mean,
those
they have a
bums
top.
away.
They have a top 10 pick. Carnell
I mean,
Tate.
Jeremiah
there.
Love.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Lemon. But I don't think any of those guys in year one are like
It was 6.
propelling it over. Because like their receiving core outside of Rashee Rice is just
A receiver,
short,
a
fast
receiver
guys.
that they pick at 9 could. Think about it, we see rookie receivers come in a lot and produce right away. Especially
Yeah,
if you're
but,
giving them Mahomes and Andy Reid. Like,
but put them over the hump though versus some of the other teams like
I'm not.
That I do
The
think the
AFC,
Chiefs
the
are in.
AFC is weak compared to the
Yeah.
NFC.
I would
It's
be more.
completely
I would
flipped.
be more inclined to pick the Bengals.
Really, Zach Taylor.
They got there before. They beat the Chiefs before. I think it, and like obviously,
I've been high on the
big if.
Bengals the last 2 years, and they burned me.
It's
so.
a big if of health, but I think like this might be the year they stay healthy and go all the way. Because like I think Joe Burrow with those receivers, I don't care. Like if that Bengals offense played Seattle, like they're putting up 30. Like that's just a type of
I
offense.
agree.
Like that's a type of offense that you can limit them, but like you're not stopping them. Like they got to touch up the O line a little bit, but like they just need to get a top 16 defense, and their offense can win them any game.
So,
Shoot,
and you're
they had
way
a
too
bottom-
early prediction. Way too early, so
Yeah.
it's not binding. You're
We'll
going to go Bengals?
We're gonna go Bengals. Does Stafford do it in his final year, right off into the sunset?
Bengals Rams rematch?
It could be. I'm not gonna go Rams. Let's go someone fun. Team that could turn it around. You know what? Let's go. They have a lot of holes. It's gonna go maybe the Commanders. They have a lot of holes on that team. But they almost got there. You know what? Let's go Detroit.
Detroit's going to
Bengals,
be my NFC team, too.
Detroit.
I'm doing Detroit, Kansas City.
Yep. Bengals, Lions. Two teams that are just poverty.
You know what? I'm going to put $5 on this exact Super Bowl matchup. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to
Pick me.
probably. Why not?
Bengals,
Forget
Lions
about
got
it.
to be good odds. I mean,
Yeah.
and Chiefs, Lions got to
Chiefs
be good odds.
15-1, that alone, and then Detroit's probably higher, but
Yeah.
not too much higher.
They're probably 4th or 5th in the NFC, if I had to guess.
From what I saw, the Rams and the Seahawks are tied with best odds.
Yeah, and
But
probably got
the-
Eagles, Niners, Lions
Yeah.
are all kind of in that same mix.
Niners aren't super high. I could see the Niners going back too. Like,
But two poverty franchises, two teams that haven't been there and haven't won in so long. The Lions obviously have never won,
the Browns and the Steelers won't be there, so we don't have to worry about that.
unless it's perfect timing.
Okay.
I don't
On that
think so.
note, this has been the Second and Short podcast. We'll see you next time.